Happy Thursday, April 16th. I think we have our quote from the Bible this morning to kick off our reading. So Psalms 90:12. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts into wisdom. Modern technology lets us record the past and predict the future, but the time that is really alive, the time that when we're really alive, is now, right this moment. Up until now, we may have tried to block out, distort, or gloss over what was happening. We may be ashamed of the past or fear the future, while we completely miss the real meaning and action of the moment we're in. Recovery gives us the tools to live in the moment by helping us keep it simple, put things first, and practice easy does it. When we are able to see the joy of living this, we are more able to see the joy of living this day. Knowing we are no longer alone, knowing we have the comfort of our higher power, each moment gives us the confidence to stay alive in the present in a healthy, sober way, one day at a time. Today helped me realize I don't have the events of yesterday or tomorrow in my grasp right now. Show me the joy of today. I really wonder some days if what I say my first attempt is not what I'm supposed to say. So once again, I just recorded most of talking to you and it disappeared. I know you don't need those technical difficulties, but it's kind of funny. And it makes me wonder if that's not what was supposed to fall out of my mouth. So I was just elaborating on the fact that we can't really, well, it doesn't, we could do whatever we want, I suppose, but it doesn't really serve us to think about the past or the future too much because we can't do anything about it, and focus on the present joys and obstacles. We went on a ride last night, and I'm realizing that when I go for a bike ride with someone else, even though we're chatting and stuff, I could be a lot more dialed into the nature and what's going around, you know, the scenery and how pretty the ride is. Where when I go by myself and I have my maybe audio books on, for example, or even my music, I get spaced out and I end up somewhere different, generally thinking about a memory or thinking about the future, so that I'm missing what's happening as I go on these trails. And this reading has kind of reminded me to do that. I mean, one of my favorite people in recovery, is Paul from the Recovery Elevator, but he always, throughout the trip, he was trying to teach us the same thing, and being present and in the moment and experiencing the moment, which is I think that's a great lesson to have. And it helps. I believe, and I think I've shared this, like there's only so much capacity in I think of it like a big cup, and it's because somebody in GA actually used this example. She's like, you have, those scales that have two sides, like the tipping scales. Well, I could always picture it from the way she said it, and she said it evidently way more eloquently than me. But if you have too much shit in the cup, you can't put in the good stuff. So you got to dump the shit off and, keep things balanced. So it's kind of like that with living in the present versus the past or the future. Enjoy what's happening around you. And if you're hanging on to the past stuff, it's that shit. So you got to get rid of it to keep your mind and world open to the good stuff. And again, I don't think it's simple to do, but I think that the more we practice, the more it's a conscious effort to live in the present, the easier it becomes. And it does take practice. Just like the whole going to bed at night and not thinking about tomorrow. I think it was explained to me that, like, what's the point? You can't do anything about it while you're laying down. So why even think about it for tomorrow? Which was like, oh, okay. Where I'd always thought that maybe I was planning or whatever, but that's what was keeping me awake, if I was strategizing for the next day. Anyway, these little nuggets of perspective make it interesting to navigate, each day and see what principles work or don't work in my daily routines. So I don't like that my memory is bad, but I like that I'm not as obsessed with the past as I could be or was or whatever. There's still things, but I definitely don't wake up thinking, oh, boo-hoo this or boo-hoo that, or yay this or yay that. Like I said, I kind of pushed most of it out, I think, or a lot of it. It feels that way. Or maybe I really did just drink way too much. So as far as looking at tomorrow, I don't think you heard it because it was what got deleted, but not getting too stressed about the goals. Like, that's a bigger opportunity area for me, is trying to not get too far ahead of myself and stress myself out about my own deadlines. And that's definitely something I'm working on, developing my chill outness about. Instead of everything yesterday and being crazy, it's like, okay, I'll do the best I can. And when something gets done, it gets done. If I can do it, I will. I can't. My mother always says, like, that I stress myself out or that I put too much pressure on myself. Well, I need a certain amount of pressure. That's what motivates me. And I know that motivates me. So I don't want to lose that. But I also need to be okay. Just like you guys need to be okay. If you need a timeout period or a couch day, after working so hard, or, it's okay to rest or reset. And I'm trying to figure out how to balance that. A lot of it's involved putting do not disturb on my phone so that I can focus when I have my do not disturb on, and, then be social and playful and whatever when I'm not in the zone, which leads into kind of boundaries and all that stuff, which we'll get into another day. Anyway, I'm a little rambly this morning. I think the message is we can't control yesterday or tomorrow. We can only live in the present. So I hope that everybody lives in the present today. It's almost the end of the week. I just hope everyone has a splendid day. If it's Thursday, we should have a new episode tomorrow. I think you get to meet Chuck, right? Tomorrow's Friday, so you get a real full-blown episode, not a little 10-minute or under one. So that will be cool. It'll be, part 1 of Chuck, I think, is what's happening tomorrow. So anyway, I will see you tonight. We'll see what we come up with. We're going to keep working on step 4, or if we're going to go off of that. Who knows? It's so far away, like hours.